Nkla stock is one of those which we've looked at several times over the past couple of weeks because it's one of those stocks which does intrigue me quite a lot. When we look at what we're seeing for Nkla in the past day or two, you'll notice that this stock is coming to a point now where we're at 96 cents. So we've certainly dropped below the $1 mark. And when we look out to the past month, you'll see we saw lows around this point around the 23rd of October. The question is though, what comes now for Nkla? Are we going to see it go lower, or could now be a perfect time to buy to get in on a potential recovery? Let's discuss all of that in this video. So first, let's have a look at the historical picture for Nkla. Now, of course, in the past 6 months and the past year, there's a lot more to report on. We saw highs which were all the way up at 340 back on the 3rd of August, and ever since we have been dropping. However, there have been a few recoveries, most notably this one here, where we saw the stock rise all the way to 159 and then go on to see a 165 high a bit later on. Zooming that in a bit closer, this is what it looks like on the past 6 months, but realistically on the past month you will see this interesting trend. So like I just said, our previous low was at 95 cents, so just 1 cent below where we finished in the after hours. Now, the drop that we're seeing now does beg the question of, are we going to see Nkla potentially bounce off this, maybe go to highs like what we saw here, where we could see 20% gains, or are we going to follow more of the 6-month trend where Nkla can actually see lows a lot closer to the 50-60 cent range? Well, this is why I think now is a very interesting time to cover Nkla stock. Now, of course, we've had a lot of news regarding Nkla. I would say a lot of it is fairly bullish in my opinion. But the thing is, with a company like this, we're not talking about news which is going to massively impact the company, in my opinion, in the next week or so. You know, this is long-term beneficial stuff, and that's a thing with these companies with like Nkla. You know, relatively small market caps, relatively cheap share prices. A lot of people wonder what is going to go on with them, and it is more of a speculative bet. So for people looking for a stable investment, of course, stocks like Nkla are not the one. Now, what I would be keeping my eye on is the next trading day, so of course the one coming up, as I think where we are with Nkla is going to be a very good indication as to where we go next. I think if we break down to the 95 range or even a bit lower, I'd be very much questioning what happens. I mean, I have to also note that in the past couple of days, we have seen this stock go as low for a brief period of time as the 87 cent range before recovering. Now, of course, that's not a good sign for a recovery off of the 90s range. But the real question is 95 going to hold up? And so if it doesn't, because obviously $1 has already broken, if it doesn't, we could be seeing this one return to the 80s, and from there it's a bit more hard to predict where it could be going. I would definitely, if we get to that point, make another update video on where we could go next. But what I'd say is, Nkla, if I was looking at this stock, I would not be looking to invest right now. My eyes are going to be on this one for the next couple of days, and again, if I can potentially get in on this stock in the low 90s or the high up to mid 80s or even the low 80s, I would personally get on the stock, and I will be. Now, it will not be for a long-term investment, and it will be a speculative play. I am not going to put, if it does go to that point, any more money than I can afford to lose on Nkla, because it would be a short-term potential trade with the hopes of seeing this one, go up to maybe the ranges that we've seen in the past, whether that be the range of $1, $1.20 or something like that, because you have to remember that with a stock like this, if we were to see a rise from $1 all the way up to only $1.20 realistically, we're still seeing a 22% gain. So that's the thing about stocks like Nkla, no matter what way they move, they always move fairly quickly, and the moves are always quite substantial. So it's one of those ones where it never really drops by a small amount, and it never really rises by a small amount. The drops are always substantial, and so are the gains. So it's a bit of a tough one for this one. Of course, like I just said, I don't see this one as a great long-term investment. I'd be looking to get in closer to the bottom, but I think we are closer to that point than we are to the top right now anyway. But I would definitely keep my eyes out for Monday, as I think it could be a big indication as to what we see throughout the rest of the week. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you again in our next one. Goodbye for now.